today. We'll be rolling around the world. Katamari should be, let's see, around a crisp 3 meters. We can believe in you for 11 minutes in Earth time. Any longer than that, and even the King of all Cosmos can't be expected to wait. Look forward to a nice Katamari, soppy prince.
Yeah, like, I feel as though this is a character that is destined to have daddy issues. Not only huge shoes to fill, but dad is a jerk.
I'm not ever seen that.
Oh, hi, Arson! Good to see you.
Man, he's riding a panda. They must be in China. Is that like a North American, like, totem pole?
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of weird stuff in these levels. Awesome. You do a great job of making it entertaining.
The anime thing is like, we're in Brazil and all the characters are speaking Japanese. What an international place this is. The mad woman is attacking you. Oh, tiny bears.
This first game is my favorite from the series, but in some of the later games they have some, like, even more involved, like, gimmicks and stuff, where the Katamari will be, like, on fire, and you have to keep adding fuel to it or it'll go out, and if you hit water you lose.
That's cool. Oh, that's a swan boat over there.
I want to go chickens, but I can shoot.
Come on,
I mean, yeah, who hasn't been there, right?
oh yeah.
Thanks for dropping in, by the way, Arson. Good to see you. And I think you have Collaborator. If you want to join us in the voice chat, you're welcome to as well. No pressure, of course. Many tiny cows. Oh, they are actually labeled as calves, so I suppose that makes sense that they'd be smaller. They are in fact baby cows. Okay, where the heck am I?
I was gonna say miniature cows, isn't that how you get skim milk?
Interesting.
You get milk in like smaller cartons because they contain mini cows.
Oh, like the tiny cartons they give people at school.
Yeah. I guess I got a hotel, because I don't think I ever had a school that did... I never went to a school with like a cafeteria. When I lived in Korea I did, but that was as like a teacher. So that was a weird experience, but at like my high school they had a canteen which was slightly different, which is like a store within the school.
Oh yeah, they have those in Japan sometimes too.
But we never ate at like a specific... There was never like an eating building, if that makes sense. Like people would just eat, in my high school, people would just eat their lunch wherever.
Yeah.
And you would go and buy like a burger at the canteen.
At my schools, it was more like they would give out the food at a certain place, but once you passed a certain grade level, you didn't really have to eat in the cafeteria anymore. You could take your food wherever you wanted. Some schools also had like open campuses where you could leave during lunch and go buy food elsewhere if you wanted.
Oh yeah, you could definitely do that with my school. Which is weird, because we had like shopping centers like really close.
Yeah, it's become less common these days because of all the like crime increases and everything. But pretty much it's practically mandatory for schools in the US, at least public schools, to have a cafeteria because the schools are legally required to provide lunch to certain students. And it has to meet certain nutrition requirements.
You gotta put the right slop on the plate.
Pretty much. Sometimes literally, sloppy joes are a common menu item.
Reminds me of the scene from The Simpsons when they turned out schools out of money, so they had to go to grade E meat, and it's just a lunch lady feeding a gym mat into the blender, and she goes, "There's very little meat in these gym mats."
I think that was actually one of the Treehouse of Horror episodes where they ultimately ended up cooking the students.
Yeah, no, was it? No, it's the one where the teachers go on strike, I think. Although I do remember the one you're talking about. Because they're talking about budget cuts, I'm pretty sure. I'm usually like replaying the episode in my head.
Yeah, there was also the episode where it turned out that they were serving rat milk that they'd been buying from the mob.
Oh my god! They're milking rats!
And Krusty brand imitation drool. 9 out of 10 orphans can't tell the difference.
I don't get it. People love rats, but they don't want to drink the rat's milk?
I think they're greatly overestimating the love that most people have for rats.
I think that's meant to be the joke. People don't love rats.
There are people who do.
Oh yeah, I mean,
most of them.
People love rats. That's... People also love spiders, sometimes.
People certainly love Pizza Rat. That was big.
God, that made me think of like... I think I've actually seen like cooked tarantula.
Oh, yeah. I hear it tastes something like shrimp.
I'm fine with that being my maximum knowledge about how that tastes. Because I saw it and it had like the hair on it, and I'm like, I don't want to eat food that's hairy.
That's fair. I mean, I guess the shell of certain crab is hairy too, though. Crabs and spiders are pretty closely related. They're both arthropod.
closest I've had to crab was being in like sushi. I'm trying to think. I mean, I've eaten weird stuff before, to be fair. I've had like eel. So it's like when I was in Korea, they had like a whole eel restaurant, and one of the appetizers you could have was dried eel spines.
I was gonna say, yeah, they probably had like the grilled river eel.
They did have that, but it's like you could have these, it was just a bowl of like dried eel spines that you just...
Yeah, leftovers from when you were making whatever they were making.
They were like, yeah, it's a health food, and then I remember like, someone walked in that I knew that we're having dinner with, and he was like, oh, rad, eel, and he just like picked up a bunch and went crunch, crunch, crunch. I was like, this is a strange land.
Like that.
Weird. You know, the weirdest cultural experience I had in another country was having a thing of like kids having ice cream, and then the teacher was like, okay kids, who wants chocolate topping and who wants red bean topping?
Oh yeah.
And all the kids were like, red bean topping! I'm like, what is this place? What is this mysterious land where children don't want chocolate?
Yeah, it's, I'm guessing it's that was Korea, and that they probably have similar tastes.
Yes, yeah.
Where, they don't actually like their sweets to be too sweet, and red bean is a popular, like, traditional sweet.
Oh yeah, it's nice. It's just funny coming from, like, a Western country where...
Yeah, definitely culture shock.
By itself. Kids would just eat chocolate if they could.
I mean, I've definitely been known as a child to, like, drink an entire bottle of Hershey's syrup or something.
Oh god. Hershey's is a brand that is alien to me, I gotta admit.
I'm not sure how popular it is outside the US, but in the US it is kind of like the brand of chocolate.
There's a whole bunch of like American food that I first only had when I lived in Korea. Like I don't get them here. I think you can now buy Hershey's in like stores over here, but they're not popular. I think I tried them once.
Well, okay, so there's a reason for that actually. There's a little bit of chocolate history here. Hershey's is, again, it's like the brand of chocolate in the US. And, during the wars, when there were, like, shortages and rationing of chocolate, chocolate in the US changed pretty significantly. And the reason for that is they started adding, like, basically, milk curd, kind of, to the chocolate to sort of stretch it out, so that, you know, you can get more chocolate for your chocolate. And that, of course, affected the taste of the chocolate. But the people in the US got used to it, and that became what they expected chocolate to taste like. So now chocolate that's sold in the US is basically all like that, and even the exact same, like, brand and packaging and everything of chocolate sold in other countries will taste noticeably different than chocolate sold in the US, because in the US, they make it to that specification. But Hershey's doesn't alter their product for other countries, so it tastes like US chocolate, even when you buy it abroad. Is my understanding.
That's interesting, I never knew about that.
So,
I mean, it makes sense of, like, rationing for the war, I guess.
So,
I know there was
go ahead.
I was gonna say, I know there was, like, a big thing of, like, in Japan after World War II, there was, like, a lot of things of, like, soldiers giving kids Hershey's chocolates, and there's I think someone it's like alleged that that's part of the reason why, like, post-war Japan became like more pro-American was because a lot of kids, their only experience with America was soldiers like giving them chocolate when they were kids.
Yeah, they would give out rations. Tootsie Rolls, I think, were common to give out as well.
Ah, 見えた見えた。ロケットが見えた。おいミチル、お父さんはあそこにいるんだぞ。
もうすぐお父さんに会えますよ。
But yeah, so, are you familiar with the, like, Dairy Milk brand of chocolate?
No, what? Oh, you mean like? Is that like a specific brand or like a type?
It's, well, it's like a sub-brand of a brand. It's the, like, here in the US it's marketed as, like, Wonka sometimes. Other times it's marketed as, Cadbury.
Oh yeah, Cadbury. Yes, that's very popular here.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Cadbury, like the dairy milk especially, Cadbury products are very popular in other countries. But people complained a lot that when they came to the US, they tasted nothing like the dairy milk chocolates that they were familiar with. And sometimes they would get shipments that came from the US, and they were like basically spitting it out and throwing it away because it wasn't anything like what they were used to.
Yeah, Cadbury is very popular over here. I think Cadbury's like the most popular.
Out here, Cadbury is a brand that, until recently, you pretty much only saw during Easter, because they made the Cadbury eggs for Easter. But that was like practically the only time that you would see Cadbury. And then they started selling a bunch of other pre-existing products under the Cadbury label. So now, like, Caramello bars and stuff like that say Cadbury on them.
Oh yeah, there's a good. I want to say like you can get like the roll of chocolate, not drops, but like there's like a round roll sort of thing you can get that's very popular over here. It's like Cadbury.
Trying to envision what that could be, but I'm not sure what it is.
It's like a cylindrical sort of roll, and it's got like a dozen little bits of chocolate in it.
If you can send me a picture or something sometime, fire one over to me, because I don't have a visual on what that. I'm not sure if that's something they sell here, or maybe if I'm just like picturing it wrong. Not acceptable. Oh no. Lee, find some.
Quickly, find some fresh fish on Earth.
Yeah, there you go. It's like it's hard to describe because it doesn't show you the innards though.
Oh, okay. That's super interesting. Do they have caramel in the middle?
No, they're not like a solid bar, if that makes sense.
No, I know they're not, but like the individual pieces. Okay, because there's a product here that looks like that, only it has, caramel in the middle of each individual piece.
That sounds really good, actually. I would love that, but I don't think they sell that here.
Yeah, it doesn't come...
These ones are just solid chocolate, yeah.
Huh. Yeah, it's not sold under the Cadbury brand here.
I'm seeing chocos. It's like
They're
a different name.
they're called Rollos, the ones that I'm thinking of.
Oh, I do see a version called Kerry Milk Caramello that's clearly the same thing.
Oh.
Just with but I've never seen the Caramello version. That's interesting.
Yeah, they were not marketed as Caramello here. They're marketed like they're called Rollos, and they're not marketed under Cadbury at all. But those could be kind of the same thing. I'm not really sure. Very interesting.
Sky's looking a little tired, much like your eyes. All cloudy, like something you see on the last week's fish. Feeling a bit more at home on Earth and starting to get a little complacent, are we? Getting a swelled head? Terrible. Get as many as you can and make as fishy a Katamari as you can. For a beautiful Pisces, for a super fab fresh sky. Order you to look at rolling with a fresh eye, rediscover it. And to rediscover waiting around for 6 minutes. Perk up, loser prince.
Please, Dad.
Now I'm trying to think if there's any like specific brands that we have here that wouldn't be like common in the US.
Yeah, it's hard to think from that perspective.
Because I assume you guys have like life or whatever. Like cherry ripe and stuff.
No. I've never heard of that.
What? You never heard of cherry ripe?
Never.
Wow, oh. Cherry ripe's like... They have like crumbled cherry, but it's like dark chocolate around it.
Yeah, we definitely don't have that.
Really, really good.
I can safely say I've never once in my life seen that in a store.
That's surprising because it's like it's very common over here.
Here, any cherry chocolate thing would be like a specialty item that would usually only be sold around Valentine's Day or something like that.
I want to say Kit Kat too. And I'm sure
Oh no, we
Kit
definitely have Kit Kat.
But I'm remembering when I went to Japan.
Oh yeah, Japan is famous for having lots of types of Kit Kat.
I think there was like watermelon one, and there was like a wasabi one.
Yeah, there is. They have like over 200 flavors of Kit Kat in Japan. Kit Kat is super popular there.
The one they were doing a couple of years ago, different Pringles flavors. And they had like all the weird flavors of Pringle, like prawn and Christmas cracker or something like that.
Doesn't sound good at all. And again, those Pringles flavors can be kind of hit or miss.
Pringles crab, Pringles prawn cocktail.
I could see it being popular in Japan.
Pringles seaweed.
Yeah, again, I don't think that would sell in the US, but I could imagine it not being completely terrible.
You know what is terrible?
What's that?
Seaweed milk.
Ew. No.
It's like, you get seaweed, you blend it into like a milk substance, and then you put it in a can.
Okay, so like these statues of fish, these will count as fish.
Oh, cool. Oh yeah, mention that. I like that little detail. Like thematic things.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I was in Korea, I went to like a seaweed festival. If that makes sense. But it was weird because it was like an expo. It was like an expo, and I think they had like 3 separate VR exhibits for seaweed. As insane as that sounds, they did do that. And they even had... There was like a light show, or like a water light show about seaweed. Where it had like ridiculously... It was like a Parks and Rec skit where they make a festival about something really stupid. And one of the things was seaweed milk.
Sounds truly awful.
Yeah, and then Bizarre's like, I'm gonna buy some seaweed milk cans, and then he drinks one. And they drink one of these, and it's like, oh, it's not bad, and then the second can is like, oh, it is bad, oh dear.
Now I'm thinking of the Simpsons episode where, buys the crab juice from the vendor in New York.
Carl Kalash or something.
Yes. Yeah? Go bathroom, only Cal Kalash.
And he runs up one of the Twin Towers and finds out that the toilet's closed, so he has to run up the other one. And that's an old episode.
Only crab juice and Mountain Dew. Ew, I'll take the crab juice.
And then it reminds me of another scene in The Simpsons and they're like, I don't know what the context exactly is, but they're out in like the alpine wilderness and there's like a Native American tribe and it gives them something to drink and Homer and Bart drink it and they're like, we'll bury you and we'll make you strong. And then they stop and stare at the guy and he's like, I'm just kidding, it's a Recto or something like that, some brand of drink. And then they spit it out.
And are you feeling livelier too? We'll take the fresh rainbow back. A huge haul indeed. 140 fish, fabulous. Super fresh.
Not bad.
Almost overwhelming. How did you manage 140? Did you use a net? Thanks to these fishies, the sky will be more free. It's far from the cosmic record reset, however. Alrighty, let's just release it into the sky.
Yeah, I mean, really, who looks at that shape and says, oh, that's a fish?
That is a fish, yeah. I mean, if some guy named Eratosthenes is super drunk and looking up into the sky... Oh, that's a fish up there.
Oh,
I can't do a Greek accent, so I'll just do a Canadian one instead.
Oh, high on toxic mushroom stuff from their green. Okay, I think I have to call it there for tonight. It's getting a little bit neat. See if I can find somebody to read real quick.
That was fun.
Yeah, thanks for stopping
Cool
in and hanging out. I'll probably end up playing more of this, because it's a lot of fun to play. You're welcome. Thank you for joining. And thank you for stopping in, Arzelly. Not sure if you're still here lurking or not.
I think so, but it was nice to see.
Yeah. We're gonna raid Muranaru, who is currently doing Honkai Star Raid. That's all for this episode. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, subscribe, or join me on Twitch or Twitter. Hope to see you next time on Yukikaze Gaming. Matane!